city made in America in, I think, quite a few decades. At least that's what I'm told. And very cool name. And it's named that because it is where we're going to develop the technology necessary to take humanity and civilization and life as we know it to another planet for the first time in the 4.5 billion year history of Earth. So we go with this little video here. This is how it started off, with basically nothing. So Starbase started off as basically a sandbar with nothing. Even those little things we built, obviously. That's the original sort of Mad Max rocket. Super Heavy booster can be reflown within an hour of landing. So it comes back in about 5 or 6 minutes, one way or another, and then it gets caught by the tower arms, placed back in the launch mount, and then you can refill propellant in about 30 to 40 minutes, and place a ship on top of it, and in principle, refly the entire booster every hour, maybe every 2 hours to give it a little bit of extra time. But let's just say it's in the limit of rapid reuse. And then the next thing we need to do is catch the ship too. So we haven't done this yet, but we will. So that's what we hope to demonstrate later this year, maybe as soon as 2 or 3 months from now. And then the ship would be placed on top of the booster and then again refilled with propellant and flown again. With the ship, it takes a bit longer because it's got to orbit Earth a few times until the ground track comes back over the launch pad. But the ship is also intended to be reflown multiple times per day. The new Raptor 3, which is an awesome engine, big hand to the Raptor team for this. This is very exciting. So Raptor 3 is designed to require no base heat shield, saving a lot of mass on the bottom and actually improving reliability so that if there is, for example, a small fuel leak from the Raptor engine, it will simply leak into the existing flaming plasma and not really matter. Whereas a fuel leak, when the engines are contained in a box, is a very scary thing indeed. So this is a Raptor 3. It'll take it probably a few kicks at the can, but it is a massive increase in payload capability, in engine efficiency, and in reliability. So this is really a revolutionary engine. Raptor 3 is really, I'd say, kind of alien technology rocket engine. I mean, even industry experts, when we showed a picture of the Raptor 3, said that engine is not complete. So then we said, well, here's the engine not complete, firing at a level of efficiency that has never been achieved before. So, I mean, that is one clean engine. So in order to make the engine like that, we had to simplify so many parts of the design, incorporate secondary fluid circuits and electronics in the structure of the engine itself. So everything is contained and protected. It is a marvel of engineering, frankly. Then one of the other technologies that's key for Mars is doing orbital propellant transfer. So you can think of this like similar to aerial refueling for airplanes, but in this case, it's orbital refilling of rockets, which has never been done before. But it is, technically feasible. I always feel like these things are a little NSFW, sort of. Listen, you got to transfer fluid somehow. This has got to be done. So the two starships would get together, and one starship would transfer fuel and oxygen. And actually, most of the mass is oxygen. It's almost 80% oxygen that gets transferred, a little over 20% fuel. And so once you send a starship to orbit with that's full of payload, and then you send a bunch of other starships up, and you would refill the propellant on that starship. And once the propellant tanks are mostly full, then you can depart for Mars or the Moon, or yeah. So this is an important technology which we should hopefully demonstrate next year. Yeah. So then with one of the toughest problems to solve is the reusable heat shield. So no one has ever developed a truly reusable orbital heat shield. So it's extremely difficult to do so. Even the shuttle's heat shield required several months of refurbishment, basically fixing broken tiles, testing each tile, and because it's an extremely hard problem to be able to withstand the extreme heat and pressure of reentry. The only things that can really withstand this level of heat are advanced sort of ceramics, basically glass, alumina, some types of carbon, but very, very little actually can survive with reusability without eroding or falling off or cracking, can survive the stresses of reentry. So this will be the first time that it's done, that a reusable orbital heat shield is developed, and it needs to be obviously extremely reliable. So this will be something that we'll be working on for a few years, I think, to keep honing the heat shield. It is an achievable thing, so we're not trying to do something that isn't achievable. It is within the realm of physics to get this done, just an extraordinarily difficult thing. We'll be using a version of Starlink to provide internet on Mars. Yeah, so the speed of light, even at moving at the speed of light, your best case scenario is, I guess, running around 3.5 minutes to Mars, and then worst case is 22 minutes or more, because Mars is on the other side of the sun from Earth. So anyway, it's quite challenging to do high bandwidth communications with Mars, but Starlink will achieve that. Yeah, and then we'll have the first humans lay the groundwork for permanent presence on the surface. And yeah, the goal, like I said, will be to make Mars self-sustaining as quickly as possible. So it's just a sort of rough idea of what things will be like with the first city on Mars. My guess is we'll probably put the launch pads a little further away, or the landing pads, just in case. But for Mars, we're going to need a lot of solar power. We'll be, since you can't really walk around on the surface of Mars, at least as yet, until Mars is terraformed to be like Earth. You need to walk around with a Mars suit and be, initially in kind of like glass domes. But it would work. And eventually we can make Mars into an Earth-like planet. And we want want to get to the point where we're transferring over 1 million tons at every Mars transfer window. And then that's like a serious civilization. A megaton per transfer window. So, yeah, I have a lot of spaceports. I mean, because of the fact that you can't fly there continuously and you have to transfer in these windows, you'd have a gathering of 1,000 ships, or 2,000 ships, or more than that. So we have this kind of like Battlestar Galactica feel, where all these ships are in orbit, waiting to depart, and then they'd all depart. I look at, I think, an amazing image of all these ships departing at once. And then you're going to need, obviously, a lot of launch pads, a lot of landing pads on Mars. Or you'll need to move the ships off the landing pad pretty fast. So if you've got, I don't know, a few thousand ships inbound, probably need at least a few hundred pads, landing pads. And anyway, we'll solve that problem later. Yeah, anyway, this is like an incredible thing to have, like this amazing city on Mars, the first city on another planet, and a new world. And it's also an opportunity to, I think, for the Martians to rethink how they want civilization to be. So you can maybe rethink, like, what kind of form of government do you want? What new rules do you want to have? There's a lot of freedom and opportunity in Mars to do a recompile on civilization, which will be up to the Martians. So, all right, let's get it done. Thank you, everyone.